Yeah, this is me. So I'm just sanding my fish tank stand down. I'm using a 60 grit um, sandpaper on my Orbital DeWalt sander. I'm using that. I started doing the front. That's why it looks a little bit lighter. I started doing the sides. So I'm just putting the video together just a little bit just to see, for you to see. I'm just sanding it down, just trying to get the polyurethane off that my dad had on it. He put on the oil-based polyurethane, and he put on a couple coats, so it's hard to get it off. So that's why I'm using the 60 grit to try to rip it right off. And my friend's got this other stuff that he's going to have me try. It's supposed to come out really sexy. I can't wait to try it. So let's see how that comes out. Hopefully that comes out cool. He left it, it's in my van right now, but he's got to help me install it and put it on because that's what he does for a living and that's his profession. So I make sure I pay attention to him with the wood. And yes, he's going to help me out. So I just, want to do a little video just showing me sanding it down real quick. Let me get this sanded. Ow. Alright, so that was me doing it for 18 minutes so far. Almost 20, well, 18 minutes. So that was me doing it for 18 minutes. I'm about 50% done. So looks like it's going to take me probably another, say another 20 minutes, and then I should be done getting it off the sides and the front. Like I said, he used polyurethane oil base, so it's kind of a pain in the butt to get off. My friend said use 60 grit sandpaper and that should rip it up, and that's what I've been using. It just takes a while, and I'm sweating. Plus I'm a little bit out of shape, so that doesn't help either. Anyway, this is what it looks like. So yeah, I just want to do a little video. Obviously I'm going to fast forward this, so you'll see this in fast paced, but that's it. That's kind of what I did. So that's just an update. Gonna add this to the video of me doing it. I got my scale out over there. I brought my scale out to weigh this to see how heavy the stand is. Stand weighs, I think, about 100 pounds, 110 pounds. So that's how much it weighs, 100, 110 pounds, I think. It was around there. I weighed it last night. I'm too tired to put it on again and try to weigh it. So that's gonna be added to the weight in one spot. So I already drilled in the top. What you first should do is pre-drill your pilot holes. First, I drilled through, and then I did a 3/8 inch hole to countersink the screws. This way they'll be under, under the aquarium, obviously. So that's the plan. So I drilled a 3/8 inch, and then I drilled, I don't remember, whatever I drilled through the other ones to make sure 732. That's what I did. I did 3/8, then 732 through here, and then I did 1/8 of an inch through the next board. So this way it'll grip it nice and tight. So I'm going to put all 2, 4, 6, 8 of these in real quick. So that's what I was doing, and I pre-drilled on this side as well. Hopefully this holds down this 3/4 inch plywood really good. Let's screw it in, see what it looks like. I might have to put more screws in, obviously. So let me stick these screws in real quick. Oh yeah, that feels nice and tight. Now we gotta put the level on it, make sure it's level. That's the next thing you have to do. Well, it looks pretty good. Wow, okay. Wow, that looks good. Nice and level. Let's see the back. Back has to be lifted up a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to have to lift up the back a little bit. So I'm going to finagle with this and see how I can make this straight. Obviously, that means I have to kind of bring it forward a little bit. So I'm going to mess with that off camera, and then I'll get back to you. Let me not waste your time with that. So I got to find a way to jimmy this up a little bit because the back seems like it's not even. This way it's even, but this way it's not. So I'm going to have to figure that out. All right? So that'll be on the next one. All right. Thank you, everybody. All right. I am back. Glenn Velvet Reviews here. This is my tank stand. Like I said, you guys seen, I screwed it down now. I found a piece of stainless steel, a nice, heavy duty piece right here. It's commercial grade. It was on the back of a bakery, table to, I don't know, to hold the things in place or whatever, but it's really heavy. So I needed only a small piece, so I cut that off. And it's about as thick as a 2x4, so it's perfect size for what I needed for the application. So I'm very excited about that. So I put it right under here. I put it right all under here, and this way now, and then I screwed it back in, so now it's all tight. And now it leveled my thing. It leveled my my table out. So I'm very excited. I tested it out. Nice and level. Bam. Nice and level. Nice and level. So I'm good. So now I'm happy. So I made that level. So now I'm gonna put my aquarium that I got also from a bakery that they had. So I have that. So I'm gonna pop that on right now. Oh, and when I put the wood on, I forgot to show you. I center lined everything. So when I make sure if you're having to put a piece of wood on like this, you got to center line everything. Make a center line there, make a center line there, then make center lines on your table of where the center line has to go. So yeah, so this way when you match it up, it's going to be completely perfect to what you want. So that's like the best way to do it. That at least I do it, and it always works out. So let's lay this Corian on, see what it looks like. I'm thinking I should get trim or something to glue onto the sides here. Or should I just stain it and keep it simple? I want to keep it simple and cheap, but I don't want it to look bootleg. So, I don't know. Maybe I should put, maybe I should put, like this fake trim on it or something like that. Let me see what my friend says when he comes by. I mean, if you have any ideas, I don't know if I'll have this done by then, but if you have any ideas about what I should do, maybe I should put something on. But let me show you what I'm working with when I put this on. So this Corian's pretty damn heavy, but it should be very well supported with all this, with the wood underneath of it. Alright. Looks good. I like it. There's a little scratches in it, but I'm not going to notice that. It's going to be under the fish tank. So, I like it. Looks good. I like the size. This is going to be, I don't know if I'm going to get the stand that is the fish tank stand, the fish tank or aquarium, this exact size, but I'm working with 22 by 36 and a half is what I'm working with. So 40 breeder, I know I said I didn't want one, but I was still looking at them about that size, or I was thinking the Innovative Marine 30 long, because I want an all-in-one system. I think that's what I want, is an all-in-one system this time around. I'm checking on Craigslist. I've been seeing what's up, seeing if I see anything on Craigslist the past couple days. Nothing has popped up that I liked. I found this one on Craigslist, this Red Sea Max. It was all scratched up. Scratched up real bad. And I don't have time to be trying to fix something like that. So forget about that. So yeah, I'm looking to get that. And if I find anything on Craigslist, I'm going to obviously put a video on that. I'll be very excited to find something off Craigslist soon. And that's it. So this is pretty much how I did to level it out. This is what it's going to look like. I just got to stain it. Like I said, I've been sanding it. I'm going to stain it with polyurethane, put on like 4 coats. This way to resist all the saltwater minerals and stuff. And that's it. That's what I... I have this, I was going to put the Korean countertop on my fish tank stand and make a video of installing it, but then I thought about it, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I should polyurethane this first. All over the place. I'm just gonna do water-based, make it easy. I'm gonna do it in here. I got polyurethane I got from Home Depot. I'm gonna go grab that. I'm gonna use that instead. And I gotta sand it down first. I just called my friend who does floors, Connor, and he didn't answer the phone. I'm waiting. I'm seeing what grit I should do maybe first, because I have 100 grit and I have 220 grit in my basement that I have left over. So I don't want to go buy anything when I have a lot of that left over. So I'd rather just sand it with that. So I want to sand it with that and then give it a good polyurethane and then put my Korean on top. Sorry, I have a runny nose. Allergies are killing me right now for some reason. Anyway. Yes, that's the Korean, so I want to put it on there, and I'm gonna have to drill holes in the Korean, and I have to, recess the screws like I did with the wood to make sure it's flat. So I'm gonna have to do the same exact thing. So I already started making my marks. See, you should make your marks and know where your screws are, because you don't want to drill through your Korean and then find out you're gonna hit a screw. That is a waste of time, and probably you can damage something that way. So that's the only thing. So I'm going to sand this down. I don't know, 100, maybe 200 grit, whatever he says. I'm going to sand that down. As soon as he get back to me in about an hour, I just texted him a little bit ago. And then I'm going to sand that down. I don't know if I'm going to use my orbital sander. I can't even say it. Orbital sander. I don't know if I'm going to use that. I have to see what I have, because I only have 60 grit for that. I don't think I have anything higher. So if I have to, I'm going to hand sand this. It's not a big deal because it's going under the Korean over there. I'll hand sand it with 100 or 220 grit, whatever I got to do. And then I'm going to stain it with some water-based poly. I'll probably put 2-3 coats on it just to make sure it's good for the saltwater abuse. And it shouldn't really get wet. The Korean should be the only thing getting wet, but I don't want to take a chance. And then you know what I was thinking? I might even silicone the Korean on when I screw it. I'm going to put a bead of silicone all around here and then smush it on. This way, when the water ever drips down the tank, drips down whatever, the salt water can't really get in there. It'll bounce off the silicone and then come back out and then just drip here, and I'll see it. So if you're going to do the same thing I'm doing, you should think about that. You should, think about using the silicone. I don't know what kind of silicone yet. I got to look. I usually use GE because that's my go-to and it always works for me. Maybe some other silicone is better to resist salt water. I'm not sure. I'm just used to using GE all the time because it never had a problem. It always comes through for me. So I'm thinking about that. I'm going to do the silicone around here and then smush it on and then screw it in. And this way I can't have any water go in there at all. And I'll just smooth it into the seam where you won't see it. And I'm going to get clear silicone so you really won't see it. And I'll just smooth it right into the seam. And this way it'll bounce right off and drip right onto the floor. And then I could see it and clean it up. I don't know what I'm doing with the floors yet. I'm worried about the floors with the salt water. I had carpet in my room. It didn't really matter. It dripped on the carpet. It damages the floors a little bit. It did after we ripped it up. But whatever about that. I just put these floors in not too long ago, and it cost me a lot of money to buy them. I put it in all myself, but it cost me a lot of money to put in these floors. So I don't want to, just wear them out and mess them up with the salt water. So I don't know what to do yet. I wonder if I can paint it with some kind of clear film, maybe? Does anybody know anything that I can put on the bottom of the stand? Maybe you guys are thinking I should probably just put it in a pan just in case it leaks and run a hose to my sump pump, and then if anything happens, it'll just leak into the sump pump, but I don't know if that's going to work. So take a look at that. If you have any ideas for that, comment below what I should do. Should I seal up this bottom of the floor with something, put some kind of clear coat on it so it won't get damaged from the water as easily. It's going to be there for a little bit, so until I move it. So that's the only thing I'm talking about. So maybe I got to put some kind of sealant over here. Let me know what you think, if you have any ideas about some kind of sealant I could put on the floor, and it'll just be ultra clear and won't matter. I was thinking about getting an entire pan, one of those big pans that you use for the washing machine, or if a water heater, or if you have a big appliance, they come in these big square pans. I've seen them like 2 foot by 4 foot, so I have no problem with getting one this size. And then they pipe it out with a pipe, and it goes to the drain or something like that. I don't really want to do that because it'll look really ugly, but hey, if that saves my butt thousands of dollars in damage, because I watched on other YouTube channels, and there's always failures. You know what I mean? After 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years of running a reef tank or a saltwater tank or a fish tank, you always get a failure. Like, we have had a failure, you know, on my I had a couple freshwater tanks. I had turtles, I had cichlids, I had everything. And you know, now I had saltwater last, and now I'm gonna try to do a reef tank now. You know, so I have had lots of stuff through my life, and let me tell you, it leaks. You can't control it. You get water all over the place while you're cleaning. When the fish get big, I don't think the fish are going to get that big in this tank, but I had a huge 6 foot long tank when I was young. It was monstrous, and my dad bought it for me, or whatever the case, and he bought it for me because, you know, they had that $1 for gallon sale, so he bought me a huge 6 foot long fish tank. It was probably like maybe 125 gallon. I don't even know. It was long. It wasn't high. It was long, and yeah, there was water all over the place. I felt like I was at SeaWorld half the time. I had a pacu, which I know you shouldn't have in 125 gallon, but I didn't know anything at the time. I was young. They sold it to me. It looked nice. They didn't say, hey, this thing gets 2, 3, 4 foot long. I don't even know how big the thing gets, but when I had it, mine was like 18 inches long, and it was shooting water all over my house. I felt like I had Shamu in the goddamn in the dining room. I thought I had Shamu. I would hear, because what happened was I had a red devil, and he was a jerk, and he was half the size of everybody. He would bite everybody. And a red devil is a jerk, at least my experience. I had Oscars. They were nice. They got along with everybody. I had all kinds of different cichlids, and they got along with everybody. Catfish. But the red devil just came in, and he was half the size, and he would just tear crap up. He would come in and be like, I'm the boss. I'm going to rip this place up. So just to let you know, like I said, I got to be careful with that, what you buy. So anyway, like I said, I had a lot of experience with all those tanks and stuff like that. So this is my tank setup. To get back to it, and I'm gonna have to do the you know, seal this up and all the rest of it. I'm gonna see when my friend gets back to me, and then I'll do a video on me sealing it real quick, and you'll see that, and we'll go from there. All right, everybody, enjoy. Have a good day, and let me know what your thoughts are. If this is the last of the video, then comment below and subscribe to my channel. Have a good one. Enjoy.